going to receive here in a moment. Know that your service to the nation is very, very deeply appreciated. We thank you, and we are proud to know you. Thank you.
Bravo. Bravo.
This is the jazz.
Look at that. Isn't that cool? The jazz version of the national anthem.
Can you hear it? Oh, they both speak up. By the dawn's
And I'll take the little one.
So proud.
As the twilight's last gleaming, his white stripes and bright stars the
Smile. Come on, Chad.
Well, I was going to get one of us with his gift here in a minute. Okay. Are you filming?
April.
She's a beautiful person. She got it.
She can sing too.
And that was on YouTube.
She catch me great.
He doesn't like this electronic stuff.
I know.
Yeah, he won't even.
When did you go into the service? How long did you serve? Where did you serve? And what do you remember most about your experience?
Well, first of all, I went into service in 1959, and I was discharged in 1963, I think. Formal discharge, you know. And I served the USARA thing from Fort Lewis, Washington. I was in the STRAC unit, you know, the military police. What else was it? What was the other question?
What do you remember most about your experience?
Well, it was when I was drafted into service. I didn't really like being drafted,
Yeah.
and they started to utilize some of my creativity, you know. And as a youngster, I was trying to be impressive, you know, and it worked. So I started to like them, and they started to like me.
Oh, good. Good.
So we had a good time.
Yeah.
Good mutual agreement, huh? Good mutual agreement.
Yeah.
Were you 18 when you got drafted?
No. I was 20, 21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So after college or during college?
21. Yeah.
Okay.
And I served a lot of time in Bieleflichen, Mannheim. There was another. My memories. I'm losing my memory. I wish I can go back and get my memory. You know.
No fun.
But I served in an area where during the Second World War, Hitler had camouflage Bieleflichen on top of the trees. So they didn't find Bieleflichen until middle 50s. And the bunkers, you know, the interesting thing was the bunkers were camouflage, and part of my job was, being that I was into art, was to make diagrams of the bunkers and where they stored the ammunition and what have you. That was a part of my function, you know. And draw maps, you know, because the MPs was like was signals, you know.
I can tell one thing that you remember
What?
that's still an impact is your orderliness. You don't like clutter. It has to be neat and tidy and in rows or,
Well,
sections.
that was enforced in the military.
Oh, absolutely.
But Mama taught me that.
Mama taught it.
We've heard all about Mama. Yeah.
Now, my dad was in the World War II in the Army, and he said you had to bounce a quarter. They had to be able to bounce a quarter. They'd come in and take a quarter if they could bounce it off of your cot.
Well,
you didn't have your
I was
blanket
in World War
tight.
II. Come on now.
No, my dad was.
Oh.
My dad was in World War II.
But they had, in the military, very, very stringent.
Yeah.
You got to play by the rules. It's
Yeah.
not like out here now.
Sure.
What did I want to say? Well, first, there's something I want to say right now. As a veteran, I'm living with two angels. One's my niece and the other's my nephew.
Mm.
No.
And we talk about heaven and hell and what have you. And we got to work on it. But I'm living in heaven right now in comparison to the rest of the world,
Yeah.
in this country. But we got to work on this country because we got a lot of things that need to correction, But as far as the country is concerned, I think it's the best one on the planet. We used to call it the world.
Yeah.
Well, we had, a lot of my phrasings is kind of like slang,
Mm.
Yeah. So when we were in the joint, we called it the world.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, one of the reasons why we have this comfortable life is because of men and women like yourself who was willing to go and serve when called upon. So
Yeah.
without that servanthood, we wouldn't have everything that we had today.
Well, that's a fact,
So, yeah.
because of the way the service was at that time.
Yeah.
But let's be honest with ourselves. A lot of times, I told you, I didn't want to go in the service. But after you get in the service, what they call the esprit de corps becomes prevalent. You start to recognize that you
Yeah.
live in a pretty good country.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, I live with two angels in heaven. Heaven is the country, and the angels is my niece and nephew.
Make sure the nephew hears that too.
I'll make sure.
You're videotaping, so that's
Oh,
good.
she lets me know when I'm on the wrong side.
Well, we got just a certificate for you
Oh, nice.
for your appreciation.
Oh wow.
Okay.
We'll have to frame it.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah.
And then, so sorry. Of course, that's gonna go off. And then
Oh,
we brought you a blanket.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
Did your mom make that?
Nope, our volunteers make it.
Wow, that's
wow.
nice.
Your
That's
mother made
gorgeous.
that?
Nope, volunteers.
Okay.
Wow.
So
gorgeous.
I figured we could get a picture of us team members and you.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
April
bet
can.
you they don't do stuff like this in worship.
I bet they
Probably
don't.
not.
I bet you're right.
You want me to set it over there with you?
Yeah.
Well, actually, can we get a picture of it with you?
Yeah.
And then we can, and then I'll set it over there for you.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. What
April, do you want to get a picture and just send it to me, or
Okay.
do you want to still video? Whichever.
I'll get a picture and send it to
Okay.
you.
I've got a bunch,
We
so.
I brought you a spicy chicken sandwich,
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
Jen brought you a
Taco.
taco.
I gotta put that.
And then
I brought you
Chuck
grits.
brought him
Yeah.
grits.
You bought him grits?
Brought him grits.
He loves those grits.
Yeah.
There's two little tubs in there, so if one
yeah.
disappears.
You're just gonna be all set, aren't you? All set.
So now what?
That's it. That was the majority of it. Just a little saying and present that to you.
Oh, I thought there was gonna be like about 50 people with
No.
chairs and stuff.
We don't want to
Parade. I wore my flag shirt for
I
you.
was no
He's got a motorcycle on his head.
You didn't ride his motorcycle though.
No, I didn't.
A little too chilly still, huh?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
first, I rode a motorcycle in the service, and
Yeah.
it frightened me
Yeah.
to death too.
Is that right?
First of all, the military motorcycles, you know, all that drab green,
Mm-hmm.
no style, no anything, but a lot of power.
Yeah.
You know,
So you was in the Army?
yeah.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can remember you actually saying that or not.
Yeah.
I don't remember you actually saying which branch you was in, but I thought it was Army.
Well, did you hear me say MPs?
Yes. Yeah.
Military police.
Yeah. You're an awful nice guy to be a military policeman.
Got to be what?
I said you were an awful nice guy to be a military policeman.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Me
maybe back in the
neither.
day.
I don't know
Me
about
neither.
that. What about that? Dave?
I don't know about that.
Yep, that's all it really is.
Okay.
That wasn't anything to stress about, was it?
Stress?
Yeah.
No, that was
Good.
good. Other veterans should really eat it up, you know. Especially the dudes that's finding it hard, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about those cats. You know.
I think we've got some great things in place today that we didn't used to have. You know, the things that come along and help veterans and
Yeah,
things like that today
Yeah.
that we didn't used to have. So
yeah.
So